So it looked like Caitlin Clark has found herself in another situation following another game. This time it's involving Breanna Stewart. Now, Breanna Stewart refused to answer the questions when reporters asked her about that hard foul that she did on Caitlin Clark. Now social media has took it and ran with it. And we know anytime it's involving Caitlin Clark, it's going to grow legs and it's going to get attention.
Watching Caitlin Clark go up for a layup and get slapped across the face by Breanna Stewart.
Look at this. Look. Wham! Right in the face. Look. Wham! No.
Caitlin Clark attacked the rim, elevated for the layup, and Breanna Stewart appeared to make contact with her face on the contest. No whistle was blown. After the game, reporters asked Stewart about the play, but she declined to address it and moved on. That moment has sparked even more debate about the league's officiating, because when a controversial play goes uncalled and there is little public explanation afterward, many fans feel the incident is simply being pushed aside as if nothing happened.
I don't know what the situation is, but I thought, based on what I seen yesterday, second half of the game, Indiana Fever got back in it. The referees seemed like they was making calls, but when she was hit in the face by Breanna Stewart after a play, now granted, I do want to say before I roll the footage, it was a basketball play, but she still should have received some type of flagrant foul because it was a hit to the face.
This wasn't just another routine play. It involved one of the WNBA's most recognizable stars being asked directly about a controversial collision with the league's biggest attraction. Instead of offering an explanation, she chose not to comment. Many fans expected a veteran leader and multiple-time WNBA champion to at least acknowledge the question, even if only to say she believed the play was a legal defensive contest.
The referee's job is while players are going up to the rim, going up for layups, is to look at all forms of contact, all forms of possible contact. Breanna Stewart goes to block Caitlin Clark's shot, and what does the referee do? Stands there, watches Caitlin Clark get whacked in the head, and does absolutely nothing about it. Now, you can't convince me he didn't see it. you can't convince me that this official did not see it.
Instead, she declined to comment, and that response quickly became a major talking point across social media. With the replay available for everyone to watch, many fans wanted more than a simple refusal to address the incident. So let's take a closer look at the play itself, because the sequence on the court provides context that doesn't show up in the box score. When viewed in slow motion, it's easy to understand why the moment sparked so much discussion and debate.
Look at this. Look. Wham! Right in the face. Look. Wham! No call. And this is why the face of the league, Caitlin Clark, be getting so angry, because it's like, you can't miss calls like this, especially when every time, let's just use this last game for example, every time they went down the court for New York, they were calling fouls. It felt like every time they went down the court. That was the only way New York could stay in the game.
Clark attacked the basket for a layup while Stewart stepped in to contest the shot. During the play, Stewart's hand appeared to make contact with Clark's face as she challenged the attempt. There was no foul called, and play continued. While most observers wouldn't describe it as an intentional or flagrant act, many fans watching expected a whistle because of the visible contact. Instead, the officials let the play stand. That decision has added to a broader debate among fans about how Clark is officiated. Supporters argue that similar plays involving other high-profile players often result in free throws, while Clark has repeatedly been on the receiving end of physical contact without a call. Whether that's simply inconsistent officiating or part of a larger pattern remains a matter of opinion, but moments like this continue to fuel discussion and raise questions about how these situations are being handled across the league.
And this one did not get called. It should have been a flagrant. Nope. Not in this league. By the way, anybody that thought Adam Silver put in the call after last night, oh, they're going to start calling fair fouls on Caitlin Clark. Nah. You got to be crazy. That's not going to happen. Got to be more careful. No, negative. What? No way.
During the game, Clark was also involved in another sequence where she appeared to take contact near her eye, and once again the officials did not call a foul. Those back-to-back moments quickly became a major talking point, with many fans and commentators questioning the consistency of the officiating. Several analysts covering the game highlighted the same incidents, noting the repeated contact and the lack of whistles. While opinions differ on whether each play warranted a foul, the similar reactions from multiple observers helped keep the debate alive. As the game went on, Clark's night became even more challenging. Not every difficult moment stemmed from her matchup with Stewart, but the early no-calls had already set the tone for a game that generated plenty of discussion both on the court and across social media.
Then we get the John Cole Jones screen. Many people are saying, it looks like a moving screen. Many people are saying, she's leaning into it, dropping the shoulder. We might have thought that after the game against the Storm, we might have thought Adam Silver made the call. I don't think Adam Silver made the call.
Just 90 seconds into the game, Clark collided with a screen set by Jonquil Jones, fell to the floor, and expressed her frustration to an official as she got back up. The exchange resulted in a technical foul, her 6th of the season, and later brought a $1,000 fine. The incident underscored how emotional and intense the game had become from the opening minutes. Looking ahead, that technical is significant because it leaves Clark closer to a suspension if she reaches the league's threshold for technical fouls before the end of the regular season. For a player who handles such a large share of her team's offensive workload, missing a game would be a meaningful setback. The moment also reflected the level of frustration she appeared to be experiencing, suggesting that the emotions seen on the court had been building over time.
Caitlin Clark got 2 technical fouls, or so we thought. The first one, the ball gets tipped out of bounds, she goes to get it, she kicks it off of her foot, thinking it'll go against the scorer's table and then come right back to her. But it didn't. It went off the side and kind of rolled down the court. She hustled after it, gave it back to the ref, and he called her for a bench technical for the delay of game. That goes against the bench, not against Caitlin Clark. Later, she did get a technical on her own at the end of the game when she argued a call with the ref. Once she hits 7, she has to sit out a game.
This technical foul was Clark's first in nearly a month, with her previous one coming on June 22nd against Phoenix. Rather than being part of a weekly pattern, it came after several weeks without a technical, making it stand out even more. The timing led some fans to connect it with the physical and emotional intensity of the game. With that latest technical, Clark moved into a tie for second in the league in technical fouls alongside Kalia Copper, while Angel Reese remained the only player with more. The statistic has added another layer to the conversation as observers debate whether it reflects growing frustration, the intensity of competition, or simply the emotions that come with high-stakes games.
Technical, I didn't need an explanation. I deserved it, but it was worth it. The delay of game made no sense. It felt like Tyler wanted to assert himself into the game, and that was ridiculous. So, just not a point in the game he needed to call that. I went and got the ball, went off my foot off the scores table, and then he gave us a delay game, which is a team technical foul. So, you can ask Tyler, I don't.
When a player who absorbs as much physical contact as Clark also finds herself climbing the technical foul rankings, it naturally raises questions about how games are being officiated. Many fans believe there's a growing gap between the amount of contact she endures and the number of fouls that are actually called. Whether that's the result of inconsistent officiating or simply the nature of physical play remains a topic of debate. But taken together, these moments have fueled a broader conversation about consistency, player protection, and how the league handles its biggest stars.
Caitlin, can you take me through that second quarter play with Stokes that made you upset and then you hopped into the back?
Quad. Like, that hurts. Like, the ref can't miss that. And then I have to play with a contusion in my leg the rest of the game. Like, it's ridiculous. Can't miss calls like that.
Did they give you an explanation right after when you...
She said I initiated the contact, which is fine. You can't knee me in the leg, knock me over.
Beyond the technical foul, Clark endured several physical plays throughout the game that became a major topic of discussion. From contact near her eye to another collision during a drive, many fans questioned why those moments did not result in more whistles. Those sequences added to an ongoing conversation that has followed Clark throughout the season regarding the consistency of officiating in games involving her. Supporters argue that similar situations have surfaced across different opponents, arenas, and matchups, making the debate larger than any single game. Whether viewed as a pattern of inconsistent officiating or simply a series of tough, physical contests, the repeated incidents have kept the issue in the spotlight. As more of these moments accumulate over the course of the season, they continue to fuel discussion about player protection, officiating standards, and consistency across the league.
We have seen Stewie make some plays
right here, and she's going to get poked in the eye right there by Breanna Stewart. I don't think it was on purpose, but nonetheless, it was an ugly, ugly eye poke. And of course, no flagrant was called. I mean, poked her right in her eye hole, right there. Luckily, Caitlin kept going. Caitlin had to persevere tonight. Let's just be real. 17 points. This stat line started looking a lot better as the game went on. 17 points, 5 of 14.
Fans reacted almost immediately. Within minutes, clips of the play were spreading across social media, with many viewers arguing that the contact looked like the type of play that often results in a foul call. Much of the discussion focused less on whether the play was controversial and more on why no whistle was blown. The incident quickly became one of the game's biggest talking points. The conversation wasn't limited to Indiana Fever supporters. A number of basketball analysts and commentators who regularly cover the WNBA also weighed in, offering their own opinions on the no call. The debate gained even more attention after the game, when Stewart chose not to comment on the play. That decision shifted the focus beyond the missed call itself, extending the discussion well beyond the final score and keeping the incident in the spotlight.
Nothing. And you can't lie saying he didn't see it. Look, he looking right there. Bang, he looking. So yes, Caitlin has every right to get angry and upset and say whatever she want to say. Yes, she does. And yes, the fans, we have every right to feel like that there is some kind of something going on behind the scenes that says, oh, allow this to happen to Caitlin. We ain't got to get into conspiracy theories or not, but it's something there. And if you say it ain't nothing there and that's just...
When Stewart was asked about the play after the game, she chose not to respond and moved on without addressing the question. She did not explain how she saw the play or offer any comment on the contact. That decision quickly became part of the post-game conversation. In situations like this, players often provide at least a brief response, even if it's simply that they were making a legitimate play on the ball or didn't believe there was a foul. Because Stewart declined to comment, some fans interpreted her silence as avoiding the discussion, while others saw it as a decision not to revisit a controversial moment. Regardless of the reason, the lack of an answer kept the debate alive and drew continued attention from reporters, analysts, and fans who were already discussing the officiating from the game.
Okay, so according to WNBA officials, especially a particular official who works Indiana Fever games, fouls are given out based on who's wearing the jersey. Like, whoever the player is, basically. Am I right? Because that's what is given. And Caitlin's crash out tonight was valid because, like, it gets to a point. It gets to a point. And even the fans have noticed what they believe is a pattern of inconsistent and biased calls at Fever games. And moments like tonight just kind of add on to that perception because fans aren't tuning in to watch officiating be the conversation. Fans are tuning in to watch elite athletes hoop and to see consistent calls. So when the officiating becomes the talking point after a game, that's a problem for the league.